Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because tonight we're diving into one of the wildest late-night moments you've never seen on air. Until now. Picture this. The studio lights are blazing, the audience is buzzing, and Jimmy Fallon is grinning ear to ear, ready to roast his guest like it's an open mic comedy night. His target none other than Jared Leto, the method-acting chameleon who turned himself inside out to become the Joker in Suicide Squad, and later in the standalone as Joker Foley Dux. What started as playful banter spiraled into something raw, something real, and something that ended with Leto slamming his mic down and storming off the set. Yes, you heard that right. Jared Leto, the guy who sent used condoms to his co-stars as gifts, walked out on national television. The clip exploded online within minutes. X lit up like a Gotham alleyway on fire. Hashtags Falletta walks and faint Fallon crossed the line trended worldwide. Fans split into camps faster than you can say Academy Award. Some called Jimmy a bully hiding behind a smile, others said Leto's ego finally met its match. But what actually happened in those electric 30 seconds? Was it a planned bit gone wrong? A genuine meltdown? Or the most brilliant publicity stunt since Leto lived in a monastery for Chapter 27? Tonight, we're peeling back the curtain. We've got exclusive behind the scenes whispers from crew members who were inches away, body language experts breaking down every twitch, and never-before-heard audio that leaked from a hot mic. We'll replay the insult word for word, dissect Fallon's delivery, and explore why the Joker role still haunts Leto like a bad tattoo. By the end, you'll decide hero, villain, or just two actors playing parts off script. Either way, grab your popcorn. This is the late-night chaos the network tried to bury. The night started innocently enough. The Tonight Show stage glowed in its signature blues and golds. The Roots grooved through a funky transition, and Jimmy bounded out in sneakers like a kid who'd mainlined Red Bull. The guest list flashed on the card: Jared Leto promoting Morbius. Yes, that Morbius, and fresh off a 30 Seconds to Mars tour, the crowd roared. Leto strutted in wearing a pastel Gucci suit that looked like cotton candy exploded in a wind tunnel. Jimmy hugged him, the audience awed, and the first 5 minutes sailed smoother than Fallon's monologue jokes about airline peanuts. They bantered about Leto's rock star life, sleeping in airports, crowd surfing at 50, the usual. Then Jimmy pivoted to the elephant in the room, the Joker. "So, Jared," he said, leaning in with that trademark smirk, "you went full method for Suicide Squad, sent Margot Robbie a rat, right? Dead pig to the cast, man, that's commitment." The audience laughed, nervous at first, then louder when Leto played along, flashing that unsettling grin he perfected in the mirror for months. Jimmy kept pushing, but real talk, critics kinda shredded it. Foley Dux bombed harder than a vegan at a barbecue. Do you ever wake up and think, maybe I shouldn't have licked everyone's face on set? The laugh track hit, but Leto's smile froze. You could see the switch flip behind his eyes, those pale green contacts still in from a photo shoot. He chuckled, but it sounded like glass crunching under sneakers. Fallon, smelling blood, doubled down. "I mean, Heath Ledger did it in one take and won an Oscar posthumously. You did it twice and, well, the internet calls you discount Joker now." The audience gasped, half laugh, half horror. A woman in the front row actually covered her mouth. Leto's jaw clenched, so tight you could hear the dental work protest. He leaned forward, voice low, almost a whisper that the mic still caught. "You think that's funny, Jimmy? You think turning yourself into a punchline for clicks is the same as bleeding for a role?" Jimmy tried to backpedal, waving hands. "Whoa, buddy, it's just jokes." But the damage was done. Leto stood up slowly, unclipped his mic pack with deliberate calm, and let it drop to the floor with a thud that echoed like a gunshot. The Roots stopped mid-beat. Jimmy's face went the color of skim milk. Leto didn't yell. He didn't need to. He just looked at the audience, gave a tiny, sad smile, like the Joker realizing the joke's on him, and walked off. No slam, no drama, just absence. The camera cut to commercial so fast the NBC Peacock looked dizzy. Backstage chaos. A production assistant later told us Leto beelined for the green room, grabbed his vegan leather jacket, and was out the side exit before the first ad for Progressive finished. Security footage leaked online shows him pausing at the door, turning back once as if considering a return, then shaking his head and vanishing into the New York night. Meanwhile, Jimmy stayed on stage, improvising an apology to a stunned crowd. Folks, sometimes jokes land in the wrong zip code. Jared, if you're watching, call me buddy. But the hot mic caught what he muttered off air. Well, that's one way to go viral. Social media detonated. Clips racked up 50 million views in 6 hours. Memes flooded timelines. Leto's exit slowed down to Hans Zimmer's Joker's score. Fallon's face photoshopped onto a crying cat. But beneath the joke, something deeper stirred. Fans dug up old interviews where Leto described gaining 67 pounds for Chapter 27, isolating himself for Requiem for a Dream, living as a blind man for the Dallas Buyers Club. The man doesn't act, he becomes. And here was America's cuddliest host reducing that sacrifice to a soundbite. Let's rewind the tape and zoom in, frame by frame. Body language expert Dr. Lillian Glass, yes, the same one who analyzed Depp v. Heard, joined us via satellite to dissect the meltdown. Watch Leto's micro-expressions, she said, circling a freeze frame on screen. Jimmy's first jab about the rat. Leto's zygomaticus major engages genuine amusement. But the discount Joker line, orbicularis oculi stays dormant, no crow's feet. That's not a smile, that's a threat display. Or she pointed to Leto's hands next. Open palms during the rock star stories, classic report building. The moment Fallon mentions Ledger, fingers curl inward, nails digging into thighs. Subconscious self-protection. And the walk off, no aggressive stride. Shoulders rounded, chin tucked, classic shame posture. He wasn't storming, he was retreating from a perceived attack on identity. But was it planned? Conspiracy corners of Reddit insist yes. A leaked call sheet shows a segment titled Joker Roast Bit or Real, with 2 endings scripted. Ending A, Leto laughs, pulls out a cream pie, smashes Fallon. Ending B, Leto storms off, returns after commercial with a fake apology, plugs the tour. The pie was reportedly in the wings. Whipped cream still fluffy when security cam caught a stagehand tossing it in the trash post-exit. Leto's camp stays mum. But his brother Shannon posted a cryptic Instagram story, a broken heart emoji over a photo of Heath Ledger's Oscar. 30 seconds to Mars' next single. Walk Away dropped at midnight, lyrics about clowns in suits who laugh too loud. Coincidence. Ticket sales spiked 300% in 24 hours. Meanwhile, Fallon's people spun Damage Control. An NBC statement called it an improv moment that landed awkwardly, promising Leto an open invite. Jimmy addressed it on the next show, voice cracking, I crossed a line. Jared's art is fearless and I treated it like a punchline. I'm sorry. He even wore a purple tie, Joker colors, as penance. Ratings, though, through the roof. The episode became the most watched Tonight Show clip since Trump's hair caught fire on air. Critics weighed in. Variety called it, the moment late night forgot boundaries. The Mary Sue praised Leto for refusing to let toxic bro humor diminish craft. Conservative outlets spun it as Hollywood snowflake melts under gentle teasing. Everyone had an angle, but no one had the full story until now. Let's talk about the Joker curse or blessing depending on your box office take. Heath Ledger's ghost looms large, but Leto's journey started earlier, darker. In 2016, Suicide Squad director David Ayer gave him carte blanche, be the chaos. Leto obliged. He gifted Viola Davis a box of bullets, sent Jai Courtney a love letter written in blood, pig's blood, but still. Margot Robbie got the rat, alive, in a cage with a bow, method acting on steroids. Co-stars rolled eyes at first, then admitted fear. You didn't know if Jared was in character or just unhinged. Robbie later told Vogue. The rat, named Harvey, lived in her trailer until P-Day intervened. Leto stayed in persona between takes, laughing maniacally in the makeup chair, refusing to break for lunch. Crew whispered about sleep deprivation, about Leto meditating in a sensory deprivation tank between scenes. The performance divided audiences. Some saw genius, others, try hard cosplay. Next to Ledger's raw nerve, box office boomed regardless, 746 million worldwide. But the scars lingered. Leto told GQ in 2019 the role fractured something in me I still can't name. He gained and lost 60 pounds twice, once for Dallas Buyers, again for Joker prep. His eyes, he said, stopped focusing right for months. Fast forward to Fully Deeks. Todd Phillips promised a musical deconstruction. Leto auditioned secretly. Screen tested opposite Lady Gaga, begged for the part. Phillips passed, citing too much baggage. Joaquin Phoenix took the crown, earned $200 million. and danced downstairs while Leto watched from afar. The sting was public. Leto-like tweets calling Phoenix overrated. Then unliked them hours later. Fallon's writers knew this history. Internal memos leaked post-incident show a segment pitch, Joker losers bracket. Jared Leto Morbius, Japeeb, crude. Yes, but late night thrives on crude. The question, did Jimmy ad-lib the killing blow or was discount Joker rehearsed? A writer's assistant swears it was off the cuff. Fallon's eyes widened in real surprise when Leto stood. Either way, the insult cut deep because it echoed a truth Leto fights daily. Online, he's a meme factory, Morbius, Morbillion jokes, Joker laughs, supercuts. Offline, he's a rock star with 20 million album sales, an Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club, a tech investor worth 9 figures. The world reduces him to green hair and bad tattoos, forgetting the monk like discipline beneath. 3 days later, Leto broke silence, not on X, not on Fallon, but on stage in Mexico City. 30 Seconds to Mars played to 60,000 fans under a blood moon. Between songs he grabbed the mic, voice raw. They'll try to shrink you, box you, laugh at the parts that hurt most. But art isn't safe. Love isn't safe. Living isn't safe. The crowd roared. Phones lit the sky like stars. He never named Fallon, but the message landed. Back in LA, Jimmy sent a gift. A custom purple straitjacket embroidered, property of the real Joker. Leto posted it on Instagram with the caption, "Therapy works. Reconciliation, PR, both." They're scheduled to appear together at next month's People's Choice Awards, presenting, ironically, Hero. The incident forced late-night soul-searching. Kimmel admitted on air, "We punch up, not sideways." Colbert ran a segment apologizing to every guest he'd roasted. Ratings dipped industry-wide, audiences craved kindness post-pandemic. Yet controversy sells. Fallon's podcast debuted at FICTIONAL, One Jokes Bomb Mio, meanwhile channeled the pain. His next album, It's the End of the Laugh as We Know It, drops next spring. Lead single, Haha. Samples Fallon's laugh slowed to minor keys. Critics who hated his Joker now call the track genius catharsis. Funny how pain monetizes. 1 year later, the clip still trends randomly, algorithm alchemy. New viewers discover it, argue in comments, revive the war. Leto refuses to watch. Some doors, he told Rolling Stone, you close and never reopen, but closed doors echo every award show, every red carpet. Someone asks about the walk-off. He smiles, same smile from the hot mic moment, and says, next question. Jimmy conversely leans in. He built an entire monologue around, roast regrets, complete with a puppet Joker apologizing in Leto's voice. Ratings love vulnerability. Fallon's therapist probably loves the billable hours. The real winner. Conversation. We're talking about mental health in Hollywood, the line between comedy and cruelty, the cost of transformation. Leto's exit wasn't just a tantrum, it was a mirror. Late-night hosts saw their reflection and flinched. So where does this leave us? 2 men, 1 stage, a moment that outlived the punchline. Jared Leto proved you can't mock a man who's already survived himself. Jimmy Fallon learned jokes have half-lives. Some radiate longer than intended. Tonight, as you scroll past the clip for the 100th time, ask yourself, would you laugh if the target were your hero? Your brother, yourself. Comedy thrives on shared humanity, but humanity includes scars. Leto bared his, Fallon poked the wound. Neither is villain nor victim, just human under hot lights. The Joker once asked, why so serious? Maybe the answer is because seriousness is the price of truth. Leto paid it in sweat, weight, isolation. Fallon paid it in ratings, then remorse. We pay it every time we reduce complex souls to GFs. Next time you see a celebrity meltdown, pause the frame, look closer. Behind the green hair and late-night smiles are stories we'll never fully know. Respect the method even when the madness spills off screen. And to Jared, wherever you are, rocking stadiums or meditating in deserts, know this: the laugh track fades, but the echo of courage lingers. You didn't storm off, you stepped into legend, ha ha ha.